Hey guys, it's Christian, local Vancouver real estate agent, and for today's video, I'm going to ask the question, what's the emotional return that you get from owning a new home? You know, we talk a lot about the dollars and cents, how much money you make when your home goes up 50% in value over a 10-year period. Hey, that's great, that's a bonus. We live in a city like Vancouver, the California of Canada. We attract a lot of immigrants. People want to be here or in Toronto, but especially here if they love the lifestyle. And so we get home, our real estate goes up a lot in value. You know, you look at a detached home 15 years ago versus today, it's doubled. But what's the emotional return? What is the life values that you get from owning a home? And that's what I want to cover today. So here's 6-7 examples. First one that comes to mind from last year, I had a client who reached out to me, and this is after I had met him a year prior. And he was renting really nice home, Deep Cove area, 3 levels, a couple of kids, and just enjoying a really nice lifestyle, walks by the water, hiking. He calls me, he says, "Hey, my European landlord is booting me out. I gotta be out of here in about 2 months because they're selling it. They're listing it tomorrow. They're putting it on the market." And obviously he had to start moving really fast. Luckily, once we got on the hunt for a home, we made sure he was pre-qualified, and probably about 3-4 weeks later, we had something locked up, and he's got a very nice big newer home in the Vancouver area. So, and he's got a lot of security too, because he's never going to get that phone call from a landlord again. Another example, a gentleman from India, and he had reached out to me after meeting him 6 months beforehand, and he said, "Look, I'm about to get married, and my father has given me my marching orders. He says, your wife's coming over, and you need to have a house." And what he meant by that was an apartment, a condo. And so again, we went out on the hunt. We were looking for something in the downtown area, so it was close to his work, easy to get there, convenient for him and his future wife. And we found him something. Actually, it's one of the lowest priced purchases in downtown Vancouver last year. In the lower 500,000s, if I'm not mistaken. So there's always options out there if you don't have champagne tastes, if you know what I mean. Another example, and this is was a young lady. She wanted to get her own place. She wanted, she had been living with her parents, and she wanted the freedom and independence of having her own home. And, and having the girls come over maybe on a Friday night and chit chat and have some wine. And if she wants to paint the walls pink, she can do it. She doesn't have to check with dad anymore. And of course, the parents were very supportive. They wanted her to have her own home. Obviously, if she's going to be there for the next 10 years, it's going to gain in value as well, and be a little bit of a nest egg for her too. Same thing. She has her own place now, and it's just the joy of kind of being your own boss in your own home. That's for sure. Here's a 4th example. A couple that I had met with in the fall. And the reason for them wanting to sell and buy is they want to spend more time with their child. And I remember him saying something very profound. He said to me, "Christian, every minute I spend in this car, I feel like is a minute lost with my son." And he really wants to be with his young son. So does she. Now that we're again commuting a little bit from work, not always working from home, that time, an hour and a half in a car going back and forth, is lost time with our partner or our child. So that was the motivating factor for them, is time with loved ones. Myself, very first home I ever bought in Burnaby was a condo. It required a lot of renovations. And I was roughing it. I didn't care. I wanted to get into the market and just get on that escalator of growing wealth as well. We had bought the home, and I remember we bought it in January, and by July, and this was 2017, the market had just picked up. So from the time we bought it, and from the time the next unit, just like ours, same size, 2-bedroom, etc., came on the market, it sold for an extra $90,000. and it was an original condition. I remember looking at my wife saying, hey, not only do we have a home, and we also we just increased the value of our place by $90K by buying it in the cold winter time. But the point is, I felt such pride and satisfaction from having my own place. And I hadn't felt that kind of pride when it came to owning anything before. So that's something you might want to think about as you go forward as well. The satisfaction of having your own place. A couple more examples one more I'll share with you is a couple from last summer. Same idea. I think they just got sick and tired of renting, and they're also looking towards starting a family. So just having more space, having somewhere for the kids to play, a little bit of a backyard as well. Now they actually have some outdoor space, a deck where they can situate a barbecue and have some friends over in the summer and cook up a storm. These are the types of values, or I guess lifestyle enhancements that and feelings and emotions that we get when we own a home. And so I hope that is clear to you. And feel free, if you got comments or questions, you want to reach out to us and you're thinking about making the move yourself, start by giving us a call, or you can respond below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.